writes in saying, I'd like to know if anyone thinks a victory on Sunday could still see Ferguson given the Rangers job permanently this summer. What do you think, Scott?
I can't see it, Daniel. I can't see it. I think the results that he's had, Fenerbahce away and Celtic away were obviously the two standout results. And at that point, he had the Rangers fans eating out the palm of his hand. And if you asked a lot of them then, they would have went, oh, maybe this might be the answer here. But they can't win a league game at Ibrox. I mean, they've lost too many points still, even since Barry's come in. The vibe you're getting for fans, certainly online, is that no, thanks for stepping in, but no, we need a new manager in the summer. So listen, it'd be great for him to say 2 Old Firm games, 2 wins, one at home, 1 away. But will it get him the job permanently? I don't think so. I mean, we said off air, I mean, if there is a slim chance, it might be that, if the Americans come in, depending on when the takeover gets over the line, if for some reason they are up against it time-wise, they cannot get the guy in that they want, and maybe when they look around the club and look at the whole kind of environment, the culture at the club, whatever, if they think it's going to take them longer than expected, they might, a small chance, they might say, look, we could do with just somebody in for a year, step the ship, let us go on with work behind the scenes before we kick the whole thing into motion. Maybe they would look at Barry and say, look, would you do it for this season? But I can't see it. The fact that Kevin Thelwell's already in the door pretty early, sporting director, has been appointed. The takeover seems to be gathering a wee bit of pace finally now, obviously with the Americans over the other day at Ibrox. It seems to be that things are moving now, and you'd obviously expect a new manager. And I think you said if they do go over the line with the takeover, they'll want to make some kind of statement with a new manager and get the fans immediately on side. And I don't at the moment, I don't think that will be Barry Ferguson.
I get, obviously, Rangers didn't win a game in April. I think it's 4 wins and 10 that Ferguson's got. And as you say, Scott, not being able to win a game at Ibrox, that's pretty important if you're the Rangers manager. But Pilch, I still don't think it's that outlandish that he could maybe be given a year. Given, as Scott says, the Rangers' new owners could have a lot of decisions to make. They might just go, do you know what? Year rolling contract. Actually, as I'm saying this, I'm actually doubting myself. But how do you see it?
I've got to agree with Scotty on that one. If he'd then be going into everyone knowing that he's not the guy they really want, let's be honest.
Yeah, a good point.
Even they look at his record since the takeover slowly broke. If they're then saying, right, stay for a year, it's because they've got no other options. Everyone's going to know that. He's then having to, do much better than he's doing already. Guaranteeing he's even going to get the year if he ends up many points behind Celtic. I just can't see it. He's not done enough. And even if they couldn't get their number one target this summer, I reckon they'll have maybe other guys on a list ahead of Barry Ferguson that they go to first. I just don't see how that would work. He'd kind of be going in as I don't know what to say, but as a dead man walking to some extent, knowing that he's not probably going to get long term. He's not the first choice, and he's going to have to be outstanding to, 1, make it work, and 2, give himself a chance of staying there longer than a year. I just don't see how that's an idea that's going to sit well with guys who are paying money to come in and want to put their stamp on the club.
It would also mess with any potential recruitment policy for the new regime, because how do you say to Barry Ferguson, right, you're in for a year and we'll see how it goes? I mean, Barry Ferguson will have a specific type of player that he would want to bring in, but that might be completely different to the guy that they're going to appoint in a year. So listen, that can't happen. I mean, the thing we've been banging on about with Rangers, for the last couple of years now is there's no alignment, there's no clear strategy, there's nothing joined up behind the scenes. That's the whole point of the takeover, and especially appointing a sporting director, is that suddenly everything becomes aligned for the top of the club to the bottom, and that means the sporting director and the manager have to be on exactly the same page. So I think it would be difficult to say to Barry, look, right, no, tell us who you want. We'll try and get a few players in. He'll have a specific style, like an identity to the players that he wants to work with. But then another guy comes in, either halfway through the season or in the summer, and you need to completely change it again. It just can't work.
Aye. We've got a couple of comments coming in. Gianni points out the only thing about Barry you can say anyway is it's not his players and so on, so you can't go fully at him in general as the players are dunderheads. He also writes in, Gianni, saying that's good, another show without Keith, a breath of fresh air. Spot on, Gianni. Absolutely.
Is he in the huff? No getting his awards in, is that?
He's on. He's been given a free transfer.
I huff it not getting any pizzas off Gianni, so he can just send them to us.
I was going to say that. This one here, Alistair Ramage, he says, hopefully Tavernier will be chased out, doesn't get anywhere near a testimonial. A disgrace to Glasgow Rangers. I mean, I think he gets treated so poorly, Tavernier. Not the greatest player in the world, but he gets absolutely abused at times. I mean, that's mad.
A disgrace is very harsh. I mean,
Aye.
You can say what you like about Tavernier, and I probably think this season should be his last at Rangers. But I mean, when you think they signed him for what, 200 grand, 250 grand, you think the goals,
Aye.
the assists, the availability. I mean, he's there all the time. He's so robust. He's been a brilliant. You need to say whatever you say about trophies. Should have won more. Should have done more. He's been a brilliant servant to Rangers for what they paid for him. Whether he'll get a testimonial, I'm not sure, because he does split opinion with a lot of supporters. But
surely he's got to get a testimonial, no?
I don't know. I mean, you would think so. I mean, it has been on the cards. People's been talking about it for the last kind of year or so. It's just as harsh as it sounds, Daniel. I mean, how much appetite will there be? I know. There is a lot of Rangers fans that don't fancy him. Aye, I mean, there's no getting away from it. It's not a criticism of James Tavernier specifically, but he's been captain for domestically at least a very poor spell in their history when it comes to trophies and silverware. But listen, he's a guy that he's a captain, the guy that stopped 10 in a row, got 55, led them to a European final. So there's arguments both ways. Maybe he deserves that kind of send off or that reward for 10 years service. Listen, he's a good guy. He's been a brilliant player for them. But what will happen in the next few months for him is going to be really interesting. Aye, you can see on your screen there, Dr. James Elliott writes in, Tav has dragged this Rangers team with him. He deserves better players around him. Must get a testimonial. Blue Nose John says, just a shame that we weren't able to surround Tav with better quality players during his time at the club. And Singing the Blues says, a Tav testimonial versus Leeds would be ideal.